All right, here we go. This is going to be a look at John Frantz, Amy Frantz, perhaps, from the Ohio Sting, Greenville, Ohio Sting, the alibi predator, of course, and, he is the funniest, of course. So, yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember it completely, but I think it was back in 2020 where Candid Fellow, of course, the legend, right here, whose channel we're on, and changed the profile pic. What the hell is that? I can't even see it. It's different. It used to be Jim Klein. I can't tell what the hell it is. It's like something with an axe. I have no fucking clue. But that's okay. It was back in 2020, I think, that he recommended, or he basically suggested that I do this one. And I've just been putting it off for so long. I don't really quite know why. I think I know why. It's just I don't think I have much to say about it. It's not maybe this will be a controversial statement. I don't know, but I don't think this segment is very good. I don't think it's very interesting or entertaining. But we're gonna give it a shot now because I want to just finally I've had it on my list for so goddamn long. I just want to finish it and cross it off already. So we'll get into it. I read his chat log a couple weeks ago. I don't remember much about it, really. It's not very sexual, have sex. He's a nice guy, not sexual. Yeah, you can see the slimy score is just 253. So it's okay. That's okay. I'm a nice guy. I'm not hard to please. Let's just get into it. Let's just fucking go. So yeah, let's do it.
I wrote a statement. Before I came here.
You wrote a statement?
Yes.
Can I have you
read
read something?
At 8 p.m. tonight, I'm meeting a person whom I met online who claims to be a 14-year-old girl. I have no intention of supplying this person with alcohol, having sex, or doing any other improper, unlawful conduct with this person.
It's a complete spoiler alert there in the preview. Complete spoiler alert.
You get guys on the schedule a couple hours out. As it gets closer, something changes their mind, or
I do like this as well. I know this is actually good because Candid here uploaded more than just France's segment here. It's a bit more than that. It's it's a bit of setup as well, and the setup is pretty good. I always like seeing the behind the scenes shit involving perverted justice. Just because I don't know why. It's just very. I find it funny.
What's been going on? So that's why I'm not giving you updates on guys, because as the time approaches, they keep bailing off on me.
Perverted justice decoys have been chatting with a number of men right around Greenville and in Dark County. And there came a point Saturday where they just started going away.
The word's out around here.
They went away.
We put in Greenville to have these chat rooms. These guys stop talking.
So that's interesting. The Greenville predators are, I guess, all the local pedophilers out there in Greenville. We're looking out for each other. I don't know how they kind of communicated that. Maybe they have their own little groups. I guess I don't know. That's interesting. They're just like, guys, Greenville's a sting. Get the fuck out. Everyone get the fuck out. But it makes it better. Does it make it better? I think it makes it a little bit better because you get these guys that then come in from, way, way far away, and they don't really have many excuses that they can give. When you're driving that far away. I don't know. I think it makes it a little bit better. But obviously, there are some predators that we missed out on potentially.
Detectives later speculated that somehow word got out around town, that our investigation was compromised.
Well, because everybody knows everybody, everybody knows everybody on Greenville, as they say in the beginning of the
that
episode.
Our investigation was compromised.
Anybody that does surveillance knows it's sit and wait. 10 seconds of action, 4 hours of boredom.
I love this guy, of course, Detective Haynes, the man here, man. I love this guy. One of my favorites, investigators in all of TCAPTM right here. And obviously, he's most well known for being the Jay Refner interrogator, the guy who interrogated Jay Refner. But he does make a cameo here as well. He shows a little bit more of a humorous side to him. He's not just completely, straight monotone, yelling at Jay Refner about, we're not interested in what you do for work, okay? we're only interested in what you do if it involves little kids or not, you know. But yeah, he shows a little bit of a warmer side to him here. He's still fucking terrifying though, you know, monotone voice, and doesn't look like he has a care in the world. But I mean, he's also got his dapper outfit on. Here, you know, white t-shirt, fucking White Sox hat. You know, what a bro, man. What a bro. And of course, you know, 2006. Holy hell. This is early 2006. Oh, this guy must have been in his fucking glory, man, as a White Sox fan. They were coming off of the World Series, man. 2005 World Series victors, the White Sox were. Yeah, man. This guy must have been so excited, man. So, way to go. And I don't know how that team even won a championship, man. They weren't actually that good. Like, they were okay, but they weren't great. That's okay. That's okay. It doesn't matter too much. But yeah, you know, but he's, again, just very, very funny, a very funny line right there. Dry humor. You can tell this guy's got a dry sense of humor. You know, he doesn't say much, but when he does, you know, it's fucking hilarious.
Investigation was compromised.
Anybody that does surveillance knows it's sit and wait. 10 seconds of action, 4 hours of boredom.
10 seconds of action, 4 hours of boredom. Very funny there. And I wonder what this guy's up to now, you know. I wish we could get an update on
a little cagey inside the house, wondering what was going on, how badly was it compromised, you know, how far out did people know what was going on. Yeah, there was a lot of pacing going on, a lot of nervous energy.
Do we have eyes on the green van?
No, he turned off. Well, we think it's a work van. We're not sure yet. We're just determining that.
Oh, no.
What was it?
It was the camera guy.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was one of the camera guys.
We went.
Oh, man. It was just the camera guy. They all disappointed.
Yeah, we're just determining that.
Oh, no.
What was it?
It was the camera guy.
It was the camera guy.
Yeah, it was one of the camera guys.
That reminds me of a story. This is going back a few years. Well, more than a few years. Probably 10 years at this point. But I was at a friend's house. There was like a big party at a friend's house. Not a big party, but you know, it was a party where, you know, it was not a party even really. It was just a bunch of friends getting together that kind of turned into something more. You know, a bunch of randoms started showing up. I don't know if I told I think I told this story before, where the guys came in and started doing coke on the table. Just random guys. At my friend's house. And it wasn't that night, but it was like a similar event to that. And yeah, you know, if people were like, "Oh man, this guy's gonna show up," and you know, everyone was like on the lookout in particular for this one guy. I forget what his name was, or else I would shout it out. It was something ridiculous. But you know, it was they were like on the lookout, like, oh man, this guy shows up, he's gonna like burn the house down or something. So we heard a car pull up and we're like, oh fuck, this is probably him. And it turned out to be the pizza guy. And someone ordered pizza and no one told anybody. So it was like a big mass panic there for like a couple of minutes. And it just turns out, oh, it's the fucking pizza guy. Oh, come on in, bro. What's up?
We went 9 hours.
Really great story, I know.
Without anybody showing up at this house, which is the longest stretch of time I can remember in any of these investigations. And looking back, I think it had a lot to do with the fact word got out at least.
No, really, Hansen? Really?
That,
what the fuck are these? Why are there two fucking phones right here? By the way, I just noticed that. Like, why are there two fucking phones right there? Just like, I guess if you're in the editing room, the sound room, you gotta maybe call a producer or something. I don't know, but it's kind of odd.
Word got out, at least close in, that we were there.
So I gotta tell the cops. He is on his way.
We have another guy at 8. He's got the address, Net Buckeye.
Net Buckeye.
The guy's very, very slick. You know, everything is, I don't want to say it. You know, you might be a cop.
After 9 hours, we do see a car, and there were indications that this was a guy named Net Buckeye.
Net Buckeye.
Who was coming over to meet a young teenage girl.
Was that our Pathfinder going down the road there?
Net Buckeye. So yes, you know, it said a little anecdote by Frag there about, you know, him being a, you know, everything was about, oh, I don't want to say it, you know, he might be a cop. It really does, you know, because right here, you know, kind of, he says it pretty early on in the chat log here, Greenville, and he goes, which department are you with, you know? I mean, he obviously knew that he was up to no good here, you know, and, Yeah, cops are hiring 14-year-olds. No, they pose as 14-year-olds. You know, he knows how it works. You don't act 14 either. You know, he still shows up though, so you know, kind of an idiot. But you know, kind of stupid. You know, and you know, then when the subject comes up of condoms, this actually made the actual segment. He goes, "You got any condoms?" And he says, "What are those?" You know, just kind of being trying to be subtle about it. You know, don't worry, I'm not going to do anything without a condom. Ooh, that's probably the line that hangs him right there. But yeah, very, you know, paranoid guy, I guess. I'm just paranoid. Man, you know, my voice is starting to go a little bit. I still got like 7 minutes to get through in this video. It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, you know, very paranoid guy. And, you know, doesn't want to say anything that could potentially hang him, but he does it anyway, and he still shows up, so, you know, and then he says, he's another thing here, you know, who knows, maybe the FBI come tap your phone or something. No, I don't even have a phone they can tap, only a cell. Like, is that true? They can't tap a cell phone? I think they fucking can. Even back then they could have. Like, maybe he wasn't aware in 06 that they could tap a cell phone. I think they can't do that on cell phones. I think they can, you dumbass. Anyways, let's keep going.
Do we have a transcript on Buckeye yet?
It's on its way.
Dale's running it over to you right now. Net Buckeye is inbound.
Net Buckeye, again, that reminds me again of, I'm sorry, I just keep pausing every 5 seconds. It's okay. What is this? Oh, I made a comment here? Oh, shit. He's not in this room. I was supposed to park at the grass or something? 2 years ago, man. I wonder what the hell I was doing that day. But yeah, that reminds me, Candid Fellow, his channel name at one point was Net Buckeye. I don't know why they changed. I don't know. Who knows? But, was Net Buckeye at one point. He's like I know that Jim Klein is like, it was his profile picture earlier. But, it seems like Frantz is like the face of this channel, it always gets good reactions, man. Klein and Frantz, I think, are the 1A and 1B of this channel. But that's just an anecdote there. But I remember the Net Buckeye, when he was going by the Net Buckeye name, it was like spring of 2019, and I was still in college. I was actually just about to graduate. And I remember that night, like the night before, I was watching a bunch of Candid Fellow Net Buckeye videos, and one of the first ones that I remember, like I was watching a bunch of old ones, and then he came back in like May of 2019, mid-May 2019, for instance, and it was like right after I subscribed, he started uploading new ones. And they were all John Frantz ones. I remember it was like John Frantz calls Gap non-sexual. I remember that. That's like my first experience with like a new Candid Fellow / Net Buckeye video. And it was like I was watching them all, like so many, before I would go to bed every night. That would be my little thing I did. And it's not an interesting story at all. It's just kind of tying it all together. For the longest time too, I thought this guy's name was Adam. Adam. I don't know why I thought it was Adam Frantz for a long time too. That's John. Maybe it's because the line, "My name is Amy." Maybe I just thought it was an A name. I don't know.
I'm
Let's keep
inside.
going.
You can't even see me.
It looks like he's casing the house, but finally, he walks in the door.
Oh.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, come on now. I just gotta go get my coat off, okay?
Why don't you
Just
come
sit
out?
down at the bar for a second. I'll
Why
be
don't you
right
come
back,
out here?
okay?
Hey, come out here for a second.
Hey, come out here for a second. All pushy. Like, fuck you, Frantz, being all pushy like that, It's like this annoyed look on his face. It's like he's chewing gum. Come out here for a second. Chewing gum, gets all annoyed looking.
Why don't
Fuck
you come on
you.
in and have a seat real quick.
Ooh.
Take your hands out of your pockets. Please go ahead. Come on in and have a
And he pulls the his leather jacket down all the way as well. That's an interesting move right there. But it's a nice leather jacket. He actually looks pretty good. Obviously, it's a low bar with these fucking predators, man. But he looks pretty good,
Take your hands out of your pockets for a
not completely out of touch
Please go ahead.
fashion
Come on in,
sense there.
Sit down, Mr. Wall.
I always thought that was kind of badass. He pulls the zipper down all the way.
Everybody
I don't know
hold.
why.
Everybody hold.
And boom,
At this
everyone's in
moment,
position.
you know, the Dark County Sheriff's detectives are getting into position, getting ready for him to leave after I've finished the interview.
And how old are you?
I'm 33.
33.
33.
And what were you doing coming over here to meet a 14-year-old girl?
Honestly, I did not believe that that's who she said she was. I thought it was probably a guy trying to mess with me.
Yeah. Okay, so he doesn't bring that up anywhere, of course. He doesn't bring it up anywhere in the chat log, in the phone call that we have. He doesn't bring it up anywhere. You know, so he doesn't have a good excuse there. And, you know, if he thought it, you know, again, he talked to, like, does he think that Hansen doesn't know? Maybe Hansen doesn't know at this point. I don't know. But, like, they're like, oh, yeah, they don't know that you were on the phone with this girl asking for, like, directions and, you know, Papa John's and, you know, fucking, do I have to park on the street? Like, obviously, if you were, yeah, you're going to do that for a guy trying to set you up, like, yeah, okay, dude.
Decide to come to
Like the phone call, I think, is just like, okay, if you talk to this person on the phone, obviously, you don't think that is the case, or else what the fuck are you doing here, you know?
I mean, help me out. Help me to understand it.
You know, before I left, I was sitting there thinking to myself, you know, this is not the right thing to do. I knew it wasn't. I mean, just from the standpoint of I'm 33 and she's claiming to be 14. I mean, that's just, you know, and
Ooh.
I don't know. I
don't like his face. I don't like his, just like a very punchable face again. And, you know, again, his voice, like, I don't know if he has like a little bit of a lisp or what. He just sounds like a fucking imbecile.
The standpoint of I'm 33 and she's claiming to be 14.
Ugh. Ooh. I mean, you know, shoulder shrug. Oh, you gotta say it. You gotta speak up, idiot.
You know, and I don't know. I can't tell you. I'm a lonely person.
I'm a lonely guy. I am lonely. That's the bottom line. I don't think he says that in this one. I think that's in the actual segment where he says that line. I'm lonely. That's the bottom line. That's one of my favorite lines from this whole thing.
Just hang out.
I guess another one too. I didn't know which segment to use here between Raw and the actual episode. Both are on Candid Fellows' channel here, but you know, I just didn't know. I don't know. It's always a tough call. I never know.
And what did you talk about in this chat you had with her? She says, "I like making my guy happy." You say, "I like to please also."
Right, I do.
he says, yeah, I do. You know, as if like, hey, man, you know, that's not what's on trial here. I'll show you. I'll prove it to you right now. But you know, it's like saying that like it's a statement of fact, not like, hey, it's a you're not supposed to be saying this to someone who's 14 years old. He says it like, yeah, that's true. I do like to please. You know. You know, it doesn't matter that I said that to a 14-year-old girl. Don't look at that part.
Happy. You say, I like to please also.
Right. I do.
What an idiot.
Not necessarily in a sexual way.
But
not in a sexual way.
She said, should I wear thong panties? You say, I like surprises.
Which I do. Inappropriate. It's no question inappropriate on my part. To have a conversation and entertain and come over here is beyond inappropriate. Can I have you read?
Can I have you read something?
This was one of the most.
So this is so bizarre. This whole part is just fucking bizarre, man. You know. Well, we'll get into it. We'll let Hansen explain it first, and I'll kind of chime in.
Interviews that I had conducted up until this point. He starts to say, "Well, you know, I even wrote a letter." I said, "A letter?"
I wrote a statement.
I wrote a statement. Before I came here.
You wrote a statement?
Yes.
Do you mind?
And again, I don't know what his goal was here in doing that. You know, it's a referred to in the office as an alibi letter, as the cop says in the episode. You know, it's again, I don't really know what his goal was. Well, I know what his goal was. It was trying to cover his fucking ass. But at the end of the day, he still showed up after, you know, talking sexually, you know, to her online. You know, is that going to really get you off the hook in terms of charges? No, it's not going to. But you know, it never made much sense to me. And then, you know, obviously, I'm surprised. Like, he just scribbled something together, at the last minute before he left, just in case. I'm covered.
Send somebody out to get it?
I don't at all.
Well, here, why don't you give me your keys? Where in your vehicle is it?
It's on the passenger seat.
On the passenger seat.
I think it was Dell, the perverted justice, who went out to get the letter off the front seat of the car.
He comes back with 2 pieces of paper.
And this is the letter you're talking about.
Actually, he actually put it in an envelope. What? He actually put it in a fucking envelope. Like, you're giving it, I don't get it. Like, it's supposed to be like a formal thing. Like, who is he going to give it to? If it was just like, I don't know, to keep it safe, maybe? I don't fucking know. But it's just, I find that pretty weird that he put it in an envelope. But whatever. And something else, like, what is this other paper that Dell brought in?
You're talking about. Why don't you read it to me?
Okay.
Oh,
At
folded
8 p.m.
formally and
tonight,
everything.
I'm meeting a person whom I met online who claims to be a 14-year-old girl. I have no intention of supplying this person with alcohol, having sex, or doing any other improper, unlawful conduct.
So it's funny, he puts alcohol first, as if that's the worst thing that he could be doing. And then he chimes in with sex afterwards. It's just like, well, I wasn't going to give alcohol, and definitely not sex. I mean, that's the thing I'm most worried about. But I got to put that in second. That'll look better. It'll look like I wasn't going to have sex if I put that, second after the alcohol,
Supplying this person with alcohol, having sex, or doing any other improper, unlawful conduct with this person.
Doing anything else unlawful or improper, and so he can't think of more than 2 examples. He's like he knows he knows that it's bad to have sex, and he knows that it's bad to provide alcohol to a minor. So those are the only 2 that he can think of, and he just kind of throws those in. Of course, sex after alcohol, because he doesn't want to look like it's the first thing on my mind, and then afterwards just like a big catch-all description, not alcohol. He could have put drugs in there. He could have said something else. I don't fucking know. I'm not a predator. I don't need to think about this shit. But I'm just saying, I would like, you need to have more than 2 examples in your letter there, Frantz. I think that's what, even in school, if you're like writing a paper or something, you got to have more than 2 examples, when you're listing shit out.
If she really is who she says she is,
I don't
my
know,
intention is to befriend her and try to mentor her. Just like out of the goodness of your heart as well. Like if her parents would be okay with you becoming the mentor, Parents should also be aware of her behavior and possibly get her counseling.
So you're here to mentor this girl? To counsel her?
To me, no.
So I'm still a little bit confused. I mean, I get why you wrote the letter, I think.
Right.
Just in case you walked into a bad situation and you got hurt.
Right.
Right.
For my own safety.
For your own safety.
Right.
For your own protection, for your own safety. Again, full of shit. He's just trying to cover his ass, of course. He doesn't actually care about this person, this girl. And it's like, but it's funny too. Like, okay, the parents are gonna try to get her counseling, and they're gonna just be okay with this random 33-year-old, met her online, and talking about sex with, they're gonna be just okay with her, oh man, yeah, you can talk to that creepy guy that was, chatting you up. You can talk to him. He's a good guy. He's a nice guy. Of course, we all know he's a nice guy. He's not hard to please. That may be, but I have a boyfriend. Oh man. That's one of my favorite ones. One of my favorite Frantz calls. I forget what was it. Harbor Freight? Yeah, Harbor Freight. Where he calls one of the Harbor Freight calls. Where he starts chatting up. He used to like ask the girl for directions and like tries to hit on her, and she's like, "Nope, I have a boyfriend. He keeps asking for my phone number, and I'm about done with this." That's one of my favorite ones, I think, from Frantz. But yeah, again, just completely, didn't think it through, as well, because like, oh man, they're gonna find this letter, but they're not gonna cross-reference it with the chat log, with the phone calls at all. No, they're not gonna do that. And it's like, oh yeah, if someone was gonna beat me up, I can write what my intentions were, fuck off.
I wanted there to be a record of that someone could go to get information from.
But I guess at the end of the day,
Look at his posture. Very bad posture here, Frantz. You just sit up fucking straight.
I really wonder why you'd even come over here in the first place if you were so concerned. Why not just blow it off?
Yeah,
call,
exactly.
the police and say, hey, look, there's a girl home alone.
And
you may want to go check on her. Don't you think that would have been the better thing to do?
But that, I honestly did consider that.
Yeah, sure you did.
You ever watch TV?
What an idiot. Again, that is the big thing. If you're so worried, I mean, first of all, why are you worried? Who gives a shit? Like, what are you, a good Samaritan? Like, if I heard that there was someone home alone and there was a predator coming, I probably wouldn't do anything. I mean, what is that violating the Good Samaritan law? I don't fucking know, but I wouldn't do anything. I'd be like, okay, what do you want me to do about it? I'm not their fucking parents. I'm not the police. Go fuck off. And I would say go call the police is what I would say. And then this idiot, it's like, well, I gotta drive. I don't know how far he drove, but maybe I can find it. Where is he fucking from? It usually says West Milton, Ohio. Okay, so we'll fucking do it. West Milton, Ohio to Greenville, Ohio. Okay, so it's not that far of a drive, but still, my point is that, my instinct would not be to drive 25 minutes out of my fucking way to help a fucking stranger. I would just say, call the fucking police, man. What do you want me to do about it?
TV.
I do.
You ever watch Dateline NBC?
It's a debating question, like, Jesus Christ.
Have you ever
Takes
seen
a long
one of our
time to think about
stories
that.
Have before.
I
Have
think.
you ever seen one of our stories on computer predators?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. We're doing a story on adults
Oh, shit.
who try to eat
Oh, shit.
and then
There he
hook
is.
up
Ooh.
with kids on the internet.
Ew.
And this is one of those stories.
Okay.
If there's anything else you want to tell us, we'd be happy to hear it. If not,
It's so funny, too. I just came back from doing the Patterson video. I'm recording this right after I did the Patterson video. It's just, like, such a difference. Ohio, like, there's maybe 2 camera guys that come out, whereas in Ohio, in Bowling Green, it feels like there's a more, right? Maybe not. But maybe I'm just kind of pulling that out of my ass. I don't know. But it feels like there's more cameras that came out in the other one compared to this one. Maybe because it's a smaller house. Maybe. I don't fucking know.
obviously.
Oh.
No, I don't have anything.
Like, there's like
further
2 cameras that come out. You have this bloke, and you have this bloke.
to add. I think that pretty much covers it all, and I'm ashamed.
All right. You just never.
And you missed the line too about the fact that he goes to church every Sunday. That was in the actual episode. I think I like the actual episode a bit more than the raw segment here. But they're both fine. But you miss out on a good line there with him saying, oh, I go to church every Sunday, and I'm actually going to a new church now because I'm not happy with my old one. I always wondered, why did he switch churches? Why is he looking to switch churches? I wouldn't know really anything about that, but it's like, why did it get too ethnic for him? Maybe I don't know. He doesn't like the new clientele that are coming in. I don't know, but I always was wondering that. Why did he decide to change churches?
I've seen it before.
Maybe it was like that episode of King of the Hill where someone took his seat. Oh, someone took my fucking seat, man.
blown away by it.
Sergeant Chris with the sheriff's office.
Oh.
All right. At this time, we just want to talk to you and talk about some things that occurred here tonight.
I believe this is the cop. This one right here is the one that interrogates Nathan Downhour.
Talked to him and investigated the case. Pretty much thought that he was trying to protect himself.
Why did you write a letter and leave it in your truck?
Because
To try to cover yourself.
And it's funny because he doesn't get arrested right away. He just brings him in for questioning. It's funny because all he has to say probably is lawyer, and he gets to go home that night. And if he doesn't say anything, he might even get out of it, So just a fucking complete idiot, Why would he talk in this Why would he talk in this situation? I mean, why would you talk in any situation? But I mean, especially in this situation, you're not under arrest. They have to let you go if you don't want to talk. I don't know, just complete dumbass here. He's like, oh man, this is what I get.
You write a letter and leave it in your truck
because
to try to cover yourself.
I didn't
Because
know.
you knew you messed up. You knew why you were going there.
I wish we had the full thing here, but we don't.
and you wanted to help yourself out if you got caught.
What was this guy up to?
And this is from this, and then randomly here they cut in from the actual episode. I believe anyway, this is from the actual episode, and you know, they just kind of throw in that old footage again.
Well, we refer to it at the office as an alibi letter.
Alibi
Yeah.
letter.
It was composed in such a way that it's our belief that he put it there, that if he should get caught, made it appear that he was completely innocent. A lot of premeditation there in my book.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, he was
obviously you don't do that if you're not trying to, you know, cover your tracks or anything.
He was charged with crimes related to online solicitation, attempted sex with a minor.
There he goes. Bum, bum, bum. 30 days in jail with 36 months of probation, and he probably served maybe half of that. You know, again, it kind of makes you wonder what the point was to do the sting, and if they're just going to kind of slap on the wrist like that. Yeah, I mean, but he does get the 10 years, the full 10 years of RSO registration, like everyone else did in Ohio, I believe. But it's also interesting too, because in the episode they make such a big deal about, you know, deputizing the perverted justice decoys so that way they could give them the biggest charges, and you know, I mean, like, and then the biggest charges are that, you know, 30 days in jail. Like, okay, like, I mean, I don't get it personally, but it's all right. I go to church every Sunday. And right here we get the uncut. We get footage from the uncut, which is lost media as far as I'm aware. I don't know if Candid has it somewhere. If he does, he should upload it. But I don't think so. I think this is just like a random clip of it. But like, someone has to have it, man. Like, this is a clip from the uncut. We need the uncut, man. Definitely need it. Definitely need it. If anyone has it saved somewhere, fucking upload it.
You see it in the news all the time.
Well, yeah.
You say, which department are you with?
Right.
She says, huh? You ask Greenville. She says, department. You say, police. Laugh out loud. You think I'm a cop? I'd be stupid not to.
Right. I would be stupid, and I am stupid.
And then you say, I can't believe the idiots who keep trying that shit.
Shit.
You're referring to the cops?
No.
No. Yeah, but like, that's just something that we needed to see. You know, we need to see that in the uncut version. You know, I can't believe the people that are still trying that shit.
Keep trying that shit. You're referring to the cops?
No.
Keep
trying to meet.
The people I keep trying to meet, and as if he's not one of them, you know. But you know, that's it. That's the end. John Frantz. Yeah, this probably wasn't the best video. I apologize. Like I said earlier, I didn't really have much to say about it. Like, I watched this so much in anticipation of this. And sometimes I'll usually come up with certain talking points, some things that I want to say. But this one, I just didn't have much. Yeah, I apologize. Yeah, I've been watching this since I got the request for Candid Fellow. I put this on occasionally and try to think of things to say, and I didn't have much. I apologize. You know, it's just kind of the way it was, I guess. Yeah, so I'm not too thrilled about this one personally, but I don't know. Hopefully you guys liked it as well. But yeah, so yeah, I think that'll do it. Hope you guys did enjoy. Until next time, see you guys later.